Cameras are running.
All right, we got this guy running. All right, we're ready to go. Josh, down in New Orleans, River Pools of New Orleans, one of our newer locations. It's good to have you today with us online. I'd love to be down there myself with you right now. Mardi Gras is going on. But nonetheless, I just wanted to take a few minutes, catch up with you, and we'll put some content out there so people get to know you and hear more about you guys and the company you're starting down there with River Pools. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
My wife and I have been married for 20 years. We're relatively new to this area. We've only been here about 8 years. But my family's originally from New Orleans, so I have roots in the area. My dad grew up in New Orleans. So we really enjoy this time of year, Mardi Gras. We have kids in high school that are in the band, so we get to actually march in the parades. We did 5 parades this year, so it's a lot of fun. And then tomorrow we'll be meeting with church members. We go to our church, which is right on the parade route, just have a good old time, grill food and everything. So, and I love swimming pools. So we saw the opportunity with River Pools. I was introduced by another firefighter friend to the business there in Virginia. He's doing great, buddy Troy and Brent, and just wanted to jump in and help other families, come together through family gatherings on the pool side. So.
Yeah. So you guys you love swimming pools. You're looking for an industry to get into, you and your wife, to start a new company. You talked to Troy and Brent up in Chesapeake, some firefighter buddies of yours. And how did that come up? What did they say, and what were you thinking? Your initial thoughts?
So I left the fire department in 2013, which is a pretty big deal because it's such a great job. And then I saw Troy get ready to leave the fire department several years later. I knew he was in the pool business, but I didn't know he was building pools until we were actually on vacation, snowboarding in West Virginia. Our families did, and he was telling me about River Pools, how they're building swimming pools. Because Troy got in with the pool maintenance side, did that for a bunch of years, and then when I learned he was building the pools, he just came out and was like, Josh, when we used to build things, he had a construction business, you could build swimming pools. It kind of surprised me. I'm like, what? And so we just talked about it more. Spent a bunch of time with Troy and Brent, checking out their business and seeing what they did, going to a lot of builds with them. And I really saw the process. I learned about the company, and really learning about the company is what sold me on it. The morals of the company, how family-centered they are, how God-centered they are, how we are as a business. And, they introduced me to it, and I just fell in love with it right away. And like I said, I've always liked building things, and I saw the opportunity to bring families together and work outside and, have a change of environment from job to job. That kind of stuff really fits my personality.
Yeah. What makes fiberglass an appealing type of pool for the New Orleans market?
With the experience I have seeing my in-laws vinyl liner pool and the experience we've had with our gunite pool, I definitely see the benefit of fiberglass. And as I got to learn about the business, I almost had a little, just a growing thought in my mind. Man, why did I buy a house with a gunite pool? I should have gotten fiberglass. We've battled here in the area. It's so humid in New Orleans all year round. That plays a big factor into the maintenance of the pool. Year round, we battle algae in the pool. And one of the benefits of fiberglass is that's not near as big a problem, if at all. Just the nature of a smooth, polished finish of fiberglass. It doesn't have the porous surface that gunite pools do to allow that algae to build up. So we literally it was eye-opening to me as we bought our home, moved in, and started taking care of the pool. It was really eye-opening to see how much we spent on chemicals, keeping all the chemicals at the right level, but how much we spent specifically just to keep the algae out of the pool.
Right.
So when my neighbor across the street had his new pool built 2 years ago, I got a first-hand view of the process. And like I said, his is a gunite pool. It was really eye-opening to me to see how long the process was. It literally took months and months and months. I can't remember the exact time frame, but it was several months, like 6 months, I think they were working on the pool. Fiberglass installations are generally, and will be for us, much faster than that. They don't drag on for 6 months. It's going to be a 1 to 2 month process, hopefully, for every build. And so, the customer is not going to be dealing with the torn up yard veneers long. They'll get into their pool a lot faster.
What about cost, right? So where do you somebody comes to you today and says, "Hey, what's the base package cost? Give me a range, and what should I expect in terms of the final product?" Like, say, an average turnkey job. What would you say the price ranges are going to be?
A ballpark range for us in the New Orleans area is in the $60,000 to $80,000 range. And like I said, there's a lot of factors that play into that. It really depends on the property, the customer, access to their home, how we get the shell in the yard, whether we have to crane it over the house, which is going to be very common for us in New Orleans proper, because the old city has houses so close together with the shotgun style homes and all that. That's one factor. Depends on what the customer wants for decking materials, or, how much decking you want, what type of decking you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, 60 to 80,000 is a pretty good ballpark range in this area.
So let's talk about fiberglass pools not being a good fit for somebody, because this is going to happen.
Yeah.
So in the case somebody's come in and they have questions about fiberglass, we look back and we say, I don't think this is the product you need. I think you need gunite. I think you need vinyl. Who would not be a good fit for a fiberglass pool?
The downside of fiberglass pools is we have quite a few different models and shapes. But if you want a 100% custom, oddball shape, then we may not be a good fit for you, because you may not be able to get, as big a pool as you want in the small yard you have,
right,
or just an oddball shape.
What's the availability? If somebody were to come to you this afternoon and sign a contract, how long would it take for River Pools of New Orleans to get to them and get that pool in the ground right now?
Yeah, so River Pools, we manufacture our own shells, so we have a direct line to the manufacturer, which is us. And we know that our shells are on a 16-week turnaround. So the day we get a contract signed, we know the shell can be on site in 16 weeks.
Well, Josh, between the internet and the wind blowing, we've covered some fantastic topics. We've provided answers to some of the most common questions that folks down there are going to have if they're beginning to shop for a pool. I really appreciate the time today, and I look forward to getting down there and shooting some videos with you guys in New Orleans. But anything else we need to mention before we hop off?
No, I think we covered everything I was hoping we would cover, so I appreciate that.
Fantastic. Well, I really look forward to seeing photos of folks jumping into their pools for the first time down in New Orleans and seeing folks smile. You guys keep doing your good work, bringing families together, using River Pools as a means for that, and we'll talk to you very soon, friend.
All right. Thanks, Cristian. Appreciate it, brother.
See you, man.
All right. Bye.